What is going on, guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to look out for when purchasing a used BMW. So before we hop outside and look at the car, the specific things that I want you to look, I want you to do a couple of things before you even consider going out and looking at the car you're interested in. So obviously, please do spend $1 on history report. There is a website that I'm not affiliated with called vinclarity.com that will provide you the same quality report that Carfax sells people for 40 bucks for only $1. And it's got all the data that you will need to make sure that car has all the service records in there, as well as accident data and all of its history throughout its life. So, and then obviously, needless to say, if it has no service records, I would just pass that car right away. The car, especially when it comes to luxury cars like BMWs, and especially if it's like an AM car, which is a performance car, has to have service records, guys. If it doesn't, skip altogether, don't even bother. The second thing is go on mdecoder.com and run the car's VIN number on there, because you want to see exactly what options the car came from the factory. That website will show you just that. For example, my car is a competition package. When I looked at it at first, I didn't even know because it didn't have competition wheels. Long story short, I ran the VIN number on mdecoder.com and it turned out to be actually a competition package, guys, which is $5,500 option from the factory, and it was priced like not a competition package. So I quickly stole this car and recommend you do the same. And without further ado, let's hop outside and look at the other things. One other thing that I recommend you guys do when purchasing a used BMW is to get the pre-purchase inspection. You can get it at any reputable indie shop or European performance car shop, or even the dealer himself. If you really want the car and you're pretty sure you found what you need, spend $300 on a pre-purchase inspection, because they have to put this car up on a lift. They got to get some light in there. There's simply things that you guys may not see that they could find. I have example for this case as well. I was looking at this M3 out of state in Georgia, and I was gonna buy it and get it shipped over here, but I talked the place into getting the pre-purchase inspection done. We took it to a European shop. They drove the car there, and sure enough, the mechanic pulled the oil filter. I asked him specifically to pull the oil filter and look at the filter and the oil condition, and sure enough, they found metal shavings in that oil, guys, which means the rod bearings are probably gone on that car, which means the whole engine's probably not in a very good condition. Before you get into the mechanical side of things, I want you guys to inspect the car cosmetically. So the first thing what you want to look for is at the gaps where the body parts meet. So make sure you look at around the hood, around the fenders, doors, quarter panels, everywhere, the bumpers, and make sure that everything looks symmetrical. With ironically the same M3 I just told you about, there was a hood that one side gap was larger than the other, and when I took it to the place for the pre-purchase inspection, they sure found that they found the evidence that the front end was impacted, even though the title was clean. So guys, that's what I stress. Besides the report may say no accident reported because the people repaired themselves under the tables. Another thing, if the car is PPF'd, it's huge plus, guys. If the car is already PPF'd, especially if it's a car like this, it's low to the ground, performance car, it eats the rock chips like crazy. My front bumper is actually not PPF because it was already pretty beat up when I bought it, but the hood was pretty good condition, so I got the whole hood PPF to protect the guys. So yeah, this is exactly what you want to look when inspecting the car exterior. All right, guys, and then if you do end up mechanically inspecting your car yourself, here's a couple of things I want you to check. So first and foremost, most sellers will be okay with you removing the little plastic cover to check on things. Now, it might be dark. I want you to bring a super bright LED flashlight to look in here, because these engines are so highly compact, condensed these days that you might not be able to easily see if there's a leak. So typical BMW problems are oil leaks and coolant leaks. So I want you to look at the valve cover, the gasket area. It will be around the engine. And then I want you to make sure there's no, it's not moist whatsoever. It should be dry. And then also want you to look at the oil filter housing area, because the gasket leaks 99% of the time on these as well. And then of course you want to inspect all your coolant lines. Look at around the radiator and its hoses, make sure it's all dry there. If you see any signs of blue or green, or of course dark oils, I would definitely advise you to have a mechanic put this up on a lift and inspect further where it's coming from. Also, I want you guys to pull the oil cap off and inspect it. And if it looks anything other than like this, so it has some residue, especially white residue, stay away from that car. But typically, guys, these cars, I would say 2015 and newer, became a lot more reliable. So knock on wood, all my cars that were that age have been pretty good to me. Only the older BMW has been not so reliable in my experience. And one other thing I want you guys to check is, while you're under the hood, I want you to look at these bolts that bolt the other parts of a car together, like the fenders. And I want you to look really closely and make sure there's no signs like this bolt was undone before. So because if it was, then it's clear evidence the part was taken off for repair. All right, guys, there's another thing I want you guys to check when inspecting a car. So look at the body parts once again from a distance, and make sure that one body part doesn't look odd and weird compared to another part. So typically when these cars get wrecked, they get kind of slide into things because people drive them like crazy, drift. So make sure the bumper is exactly the same color as the quarter panel, and then make sure, get down below and make sure you look at the very bottom of it, and make sure there's no paint running marks. So a lot of these folks, they're trying to hide an accident. They typically are cheap, and they're gonna take it to a cheap place to get it repaired, and their paint job is gonna look horrible. So you will see these things, guys. Just check. Even if you do get a pre-purchase inspection, even those folks can miss that. So make sure you are looking at the car as well, very, very closer. And then of course, needless to say, do inspect your tires as well, because tires for these cars cost $400 each. They are expensive. So you want to make sure there are plenty thread left on these tires, because if you have to get another set of tires, that's going to set you back $1,600 for the tires plus the labor. So it's $2,000 right there, guys. So tires are important to check, as well as the brakes, especially the brakes on a car like this. The brake job on an M car, guys, cost $1,000, because these rotors are not repairable or surfaceable. You have to get new rotors because they're perforated performance. So you have to get all new rotors, all new brakes, and it is not cheap. So make sure your brakes are checked, tires are checked, and let's look at the interior. If you're not getting a pre-purchase inspection done where the shop's gonna scan the car for you, get yourself a little either Beamer code or Carly reader and scan the car. Scan the car, Make sure there are no codes, and most importantly, no hidden codes present. Or you even get a, you can even get a tool I'm using to diagnose and scan all my cars. If you're planning to DIY your BMWs, guys, you will need a code reader like this. I can put it right here on the screen as well in the description. It's an excellent tool, guys. This one is a little more advanced than your Carly app. But if you plan to own a BMW and troubleshoot and fix it yourself, this is a must-have tool. All right, guys, other than that, to summarize, you definitely want to get a history report. You definitely want to look at the M decoder to make sure you know and familiar with all the options of the car. And if you, for whatever reason, cannot get a actual pre-purchase inspection going, let's say you're buying it from a friend, we already went over what you want to look for, and hopefully this video will help you guys make the purchase of the car that you want and love. And as always, hope you like this video. Please do smash a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.